Jeffrey Robinson was an extraordinary man, a towering leader in Fresno's ever-growing queer community. We lost him recently, but his impact endures. Most Friday evenings, he hosted a social gathering for young queers, creating a safe, welcoming space that brought together a beautifully diverse group of people. I began attending regularly after returning to Fresno from Portland. My old GSA friends had discovered it, and it was through this group that I met Lana, an ultra-observant, open-minded, grounded individual I admired instantly. At the time, I was living with two great friends, Ray and Nicole. One evening, we decided to invite everyone from the group over to hang out. I rarely drank, but that night I did. I ended up plastered, sitting at a table with a bunch of straight guys. As I got up to get another drink, one of them joked about why gay dudes got to play with tits. As I glanced over at a twink in the living room who was bouncing a girl's chest and, without thinking, reached over, grabbed Lana's breast and yelled, "Because we don't care about boobs!" Lana's reaction was immediate. She looked at me, aghast, and shouted, "That is not okay," before slapping me across the face. She stormed out and slept in her car that night. The next morning, though, she came back inside where I apologized and asked for forgiveness. She just laughed and said, "It's all good, dude. We were drunk. Just don't do it again." Somehow that strange and awkward moment became the start of a new friendship. Over time, Lana and I grew closer. We hung out in a group often, but she and I always seemed to gravitate towards each other. She even drove me to the emergency room once. As our friendship blossomed, we got more involved in social advocacy. Together, we helped form a group called OUTLOUD, Out Loud, which stood for Open and Understanding Team, Loving Ourselves, and Uniting Diversity. Lana joined the group leadership committee, and we worked tirelessly to build our connections with the broader Fresno community. Out Loud consumed our free time. We even convinced future NBA stars Robin and B. Rook Lopez to join as straight allies, back when they were still in high school. Lana and I became like family. She felt like the only person who truly understood me at times. We were even roommates for a while. During that time, she helped me work through significant personal issues. And in true Lana fashion, she also played hilarious mind games. At one point, she had me believing I was part of a Truman Show-like experiment, and that she was an actor being paid to be my friend, a role she claimed she'd be executed for revealing. That time together was invaluable. We bonded deeply as more than friends, like kin. We spent countless hours walking to Fresno City College, exploring the city's beauty, and laughing like kids whenever we saw sprinklers. I loved watching her play Star Wars video games. Those moments are some of my favorite memories. Eventually, I decided to move back to Portland. My time in Fresno had given me the closure I sought, but it also stirred up new challenges. My inner demons would follow me wherever I went, and I knew Fresno would never truly feel like home. Portland held my heart, and I needed to return. Lana supported me every step of the way. On the day of my departure, she drove me to the train station and pressed her hand against the train window as it pulled away, a hilarious, dramatic, yet touching gesture straight out of a romantic movie. Not long after, Lana left Fresno too, moving to one of those square red states. She began building a new life for herself, but eventually realized something profound. She wasn't a her after all. Lana became Landon, shedding the dead skin of the past and reemerging as an even more curious, worldly, and authentic version of himself. I was so proud of his courage and resilience. Unfortunately, living in a red state meant limited access to gender-affirming healthcare. One day, Landon messaged me asking if he could stay with me in Portland for a week to access HRT. I was thrilled. I hadn't seen him since his transition began, and I couldn't wait to reconnect and introduce him to my friends, Steve and Hildy. When Landon arrived, Hildy came over to meet him. In a callback to our old mind games, they pretended they had known each other for years, trying to convince me, while I was stoned, that it wasn't their first meeting. It was a convoluted but hilarious reminder of our shared history. That week in Portland was amazing. We explored the city, had deep, meaningful conversations, and reminisced about old times. Landon slept on my bedroom floor, and there were nights when he had to tell me to stop talking so we could get some sleep. It felt like nothing had changed. Landon was the same person at his core, just more aligned with who he truly was. After Landon returned home, our communication dwindled. We had different beliefs, and I found it hard to navigate those differences. I didn't want to argue or offend him, so I chose distance instead, a decision I now regret. Over the years, he found a boyfriend and got married. Steve visited him a few times, and their friendship grew as ours faded. Even now, I hold a special place in my heart for Landon. I love and appreciate him more than I can express. Writing this essay feels daunting, but he deserves an explanation for why I let our friendship falter. His courage and journey have been incredible, and I hope he knows how much he means to me.